International Dance Day is a global celebration of dance created by the Dance Committee of International Theatre Institute, which is ITI, which is also the main partner for Performing Arts of UNESCO. International Dance Day is celebrated on the 29th of April every year, which also commemorates the birthday of Jean Revere, who is also known as the father of modern ballet dancing. On this day, across the world, lots of celebrations around dancing and awareness of dancing is created. India is a country which is rich in culture and heritage, has a phenomenal participation in dance and music, but there is a large population as well who is extremely shy to follow their own passion of the dance and music. Today on this International Dance Day, I bring to you my friend Yoshita Swarup Sharma, who is an ICF coach, who is also running her own leadership institute, but did not shy away to follow her passion of dancing even at the age of 40. So today, let's listen to Yoshita to hear from her how did she follow her passion of dancing and what made her do so. Hi Yoshita. Welcome to my show, and it is absolutely a pleasure to have you in the show at the topic of the International Dance Day, which is upcoming on the 29th of April. What stuck in my head was, I have seen you over the last few years. You have been into the corporate world, then you have been into your coachings and you do leadership coachings, and then on top of that is a dance. So when I saw your Kathak dance, it just lured me. I said, where does she get so much of time and how does she manage that? So hence we are here on the show talking to you, and I wanted to understand from you, how did you get attracted towards dance apart from whatever that you are doing outside?
Right. So thanks for first of all thinking of me on International Women's Day. I'm very excited to be talking to you about this. I think dance has always been a part of my life, Juma.
Okay.
Since the time I was a kid,
Okay.
I really loved dancing. Okay, and I used to take part in all school dance
Oh
shows.
really? Okay. That's nice.
And then I wanted to learn Kathak as a kid, but my family felt that Bharatnatyam would be better.
Okay. So Bharatnatyam versus Kathak, which has always been the topic of contention in the Indian dancing industry.
That is true. So I ended up learning Bharatnatyam from Yamini Krishnamurthy's dance school in Chanakyapuri. And then I think that thing was there that I wanted to do Kathak.
Okay.
And it was only after I crossed 40
I know.
that the time came.
That is what actually lured me. I said, okay, at this age she's learning Kathak, and I saw that certificate. I said, wow, isn't it wonderful? And that, I mean, that just kept on in my head as a, it's just a picture that stuck on my mind. I said, wow, at this age she's learning Kathak, and that's where actually we are here.
Yeah. So what happened, Juma, was that I went through some work on myself, some self-transformation work. And as a coach, we keep doing that.
Right.
And I think there was a point in one day when I just realized that I was waiting for somebody to give me permission.
Okay.
And I think what happens is you realize I don't need anybody's permission anymore. And if I want to do it, let me just do it. Yeah, and that's how I found on Gurgaon Moms. I found this dance school and reached out, and I'm part of Marigold, which is a small Kathak academy. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant. And how often do you do the practice nowadays? And how much time you are able to devote to dance?
So nowadays, initially it used to be twice a week because I used to go twice a week, and then I got COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was hospitalized, and then it took me a long time to get back. Recover. Yeah. Nowadays it's once a week that I go to Guruji for learning. Yeah.
Excellent. And do you also perform in some stages or anymore, or it's upcoming? What's the plan?
We have, in the place where I live in Gurgaon, so they keep having a lot of cultural events.
Okay.
So I have performed there a couple of times. And we've also of course performed at IIC, so
Okay.
we've done that as the whole Marigold Academy. But
Okay.
yeah, but no plans to go pro. If that's what you're asking, it's like a hobby.
You are already there, and you can pick it up anytime you feel that I need to be pro. So yeah, that's actually that was my next question. What is your future dreams about dance and yourself? That was actually the next following question that I had in my mind.
So I think Kathak is definitely a very integral part of my
Okay.
life, and I'm going to continue dancing as long as I can dance. It is a hobby and it's for my own self. Right, like you said that you manage so many different things.
Correct.
But the most important thing is that that's my me time.
Okay.
And once a week, I know, come what may, I may have guests, I may have lunch plans after that. I'll go early in the morning and finish that off, and then plan my Sunday.
So that's something which I keep telling people, that if you are passionate about something and you want to do it, you will find time for that.
Absolutely.
Whether it is
Absolutely.
waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and doing it, or you will juggle across to ensure that that particular thing is done and you're happy about it.
Yes.
So at the end of that, you feel satisfied. Yes, I have been able to do this today and I'm happy about it. Just like as you mentioned, even if you have guests at home, even if you have to do something else, you will still take out time and ensure that is done and that is ticked for the day. And that keeps you like going for the next week. I can continue to do this for the next 1 week. My energy button is like pushed, and then I'm
absolutely. And I think it's important because it's like my happy place. The studio is my happy place where we go and practice, and it's also a spiritual connection.
Correct.
Because it's classical dance, it's a lot of mantra, it's a lot of in the Krishna space. So the dance is a lot like that. And it's also another thing that I find is it keeps your brain active.
Active brain, which is very
because
important.
Because the right brain and the left brain is continuously working. It's a whole brain workout.
Yeah, whole brain workout. I would just like to say that as well. Just like any other workouts that we do, we are focusing, we are keeping our balance. So it's both the sides of the brain which is working. And you're right that you pointed that when you're listening to the mantras and the chants and you're focusing on your dance steps or any other thing, both the brains are working. So which is like active brain, and which is absolutely important in today's world.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So when you said you also do dance with a group of the Marigold team, has there been any situation where you had conflicts with your dancing partners? If yes, I would love to hear about that.
No, actually, I have really not faced any conflict. I think there is no cause for conflict.
And what do you think is the most important trait of a dancer?
Most important trait of the dancer is to surrender to the dance. And Guruji is in that Jaipur Gharana.
Okay.
And
you're from Jaipur.
Yeah, I'm married
to a
Rajasthani family. So one of the things that Guruji keeps telling me कि तू बहुत डरती है, डर के मत कर. So I have also learned that it kind of has helped me become more self-aware, and I've also realized that I have to surrender to the dance and not get too much in my head whether I'll be able to do this or
whether
not.
I'm doing the right steps or the wrong steps. I think somebody recently told me that you really don't have to be perfect on everything. Just do it what you want to do.
Right.
I said, oh, that's a brilliant thing, because like most of us would like to, it has to be in this direction, this right thing, this way, looking for the perfection. But if you keep thinking about perfection, then you are not concentrating on what you are supposed to do.
Exactly.
That's, I think, what you said, surrender, and just don't think. Just keep doing it and you will be able to understand.
Yeah. And of course, being regular, being consistent, practicing, that's important. So even though I have class only once a week, but you know what, I have grown up watching Madhuri Dixit
Oh.
dancing to Devdas, it was all Kathak
Okay,
based,
okay.
right? I remember Sri Devi dancing in Chandni, there's one
Right,
where she does
yeah.
that Bharatnatyam
Yeah.
thing.
Correct.
So for me, even putting on any such music and go, dancing now, anyway, I kind of automatically go.
I
in
would
that
love to
Kathak.
see your dance next time whenever you're performing.
Sure.
So do
absolutely.
invite me in, and I
Sure.
would love to come and see you. But I saw on the photographs and the videos. But would love to come and see your dance.
It
as
would be
well,
my
performance.
pleasure.
Absolutely, it would be my pleasure as well to see you dancing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Good. So the last question that I have for you is, you have been a corporate leader, you're a mother, you're a wife, then you are a coach, and who's doing great in the field in leadership development, which is not easy, right? And according to me, people do say, oh, it's another leadership coaching. That's the mindset of our people. But I think, and according to me, it's a very, very difficult coaching. And on top of that, you're doing the dancing. So tell me, how do you manage and juggle everything around this?
Okay. How I think, like I told you, it's about knowing what is your priority at a certain given point of time. So I have. I'm no longer in a corporate job, but I
Right.
do have.
The
I have.
corporate people in your life.
Yeah, I do have corporate people in my life, and so my life has a certain discipline around what time am I working, and when is the time that I'm being a parent, and
Yeah.
what is the time that I am dedicating to my dance. So I think it is really a commitment.
Prioritization
Yeah.
and the commitment that you have towards
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's important. Good.
Yes, and of course now it's an empty nest
I
stage.
know your son is gone.
Yeah.
Husband is flying out or doing some other thing,
Yeah.
so you have all the time. But
Yeah.
you still have to manage, because I think, with home and then the corporate leadership trainings that you do with the corporates, it's not very easy to manage.
Yeah, that's true. And I think it's really about creating a support system.
Right.
Yeah, and setting up some processes like, okay, when does one do the chores of the house?
Right.
How do we ensure that the menu is planned and those kind of things. So it's really about getting a little bit
Yeah.
organized. We get organized in the workplace too.
Yeah. Really.
We do,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The same thing you have to bring into the.
Yeah. I completely understand. For me, with so many things, it's a plan of a week ahead, how the next week is going to move. So I would have my entire menu plan stuck in the fridge. Everything is filled in. We know the help that we are lucky to have, the help on the helpers, domestic helps that we have in India, which is not the case in many parts of the world.
That is true.
But we are very, very lucky to be in India and have those resources. And by God's grace, it is also that we are able to afford.
That's true.
That's another thing that we are
That's
able
true.
to afford, because not too many people will be able to afford 3, 4, 5 people.
No, I don't have 3, 4, 5 people, but yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think it's whatever best resources one has available, it's really about getting intentional and organizing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good. Nice to have and hear your thoughts about dancing. Now it's the time for the rapid fire question.
Rapid fire, oh my god.
Rapid fire question, but very simple. I'm sure that's love for dance, and you have to rate this dance types in a scale of 1 to 3. 1 being the lowest and 3 being the highest.
Okay.
Jazz,
2.
okay. Salsa,
3.
oh. Classical,
3 plus 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 plus.
ballet,
Also 3.
okay. And the hip hop,
1.
1, okay. So it's classical, salsa, ballet, where your heart lies.
Yes.
Have you been able to try out everything? I know classical you've done, but salsa and the ballet?
Ballet I've never done,
Okay.
but it's been very fascinating to see ballet
Yeah.
performances. I have memories of, when there was a cultural exchange, and I remember I went to see a ballet performance when I was
Okay.
as a kid, and
Okay.
it's always stayed with me. So I find that very beautiful. But yeah, salsa a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit I have.
Okay, that's
Dabbles,
nice.
yeah.
Good. What is the oldest form of dance? I'll give you options, you choose it.
Okay.
Kathak, Odissi, Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi.
Oh, people will be out in arms to prove which one is the oldest. But I think Bharatnatyam, to my mind,
Bharatnatyam
is probably the oldest.
first and the
Yeah.
very
Yeah, though it's difficult to pinpoint, but Kathak flourished a lot more maybe in the Mughal era.
right,
That is where it got a lot of patronage.
right.
But Bharatnatyam, being a temple dance, has been there for I think,
Ages,
2000
yeah,
years
yeah,
plus.
2000 years, yeah, that's right. Okay, great.
Mhm.
Okay, when do you practice dance at home? Do you?
In the evening.
In the evening?
When there's
At
nobody,
home?
when
There
there's
is
nobody
nobody?
here, I put on music and
Oh.
yeah,
And how often do you do that?
maybe a couple of times
In a week?
In a week.
Oh, that's lovely, man. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Great. And you must be feeling very nice after that, right?
Oh yes, happiness hormones, all your oxytocin and dopamine fix. Yeah.
That's nice. Great. Who's your favorite dancer?
My favorite dancer. Well, it is right now, if you ask me.
Mhm.
I follow this guy called Kumar Sharma. He's on Instagram and YouTube.
Okay.
He's a Kathak
Okay.
dancer. So good. He's fusion actually.
Mhm.
Then there is one, again, Instagram influencer called, her name is Yoshita.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
So Yoshita follows Yoshita.
yeah, Yoshita follows Yoshita. I follow one guy called Vinayak Ghoshal. So yeah, I have a lot of these Insta dancers that I follow, and other than that, of course, Madhuri Dixit.
Oh,
For
everybody's.
For Kathak, it's Madhuri. The
Okay.
way she emotes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just love her eyes expressions when she gives.
Oh,
them.
yes.
I just can look at her and continue to look at her.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And it comes so naturally to her, and
she has, I think she has a lifetime of practice
Right.
behind her,
Correct.
and even now, because I also follow her, but I know that she practices even now at
yeah,
home.
I also heard some of her talks, and she does have a full music.
Yeah,
She's got a music room because her sons, they practice all the piano and the other instruments, and also she has a room for her own dancing.
right. Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much. It was quick, rapid fire questions. But what is your message for all the women friends that we have
Yeah.
about dancing?
About dancing.
Mhm.
So I want to say that inside every woman there's a little girl.
Yeah.
And if there is that little girl who wants to dance, you don't wait for anyone's permission. Give permission to yourself and go for it. It's never too late. And in fact, I want to tell you, Juma, that in the dance school that I had, we even did one performance where there were all these 50 plus women
Oh,
who got together in a group and they performed at IIC.
very nice.
And so, yeah, so don't think that I'm now too old to dance. There's no age. You can dance at any age. So that's my
Brilliant.
message.
Yeah. I also tend to believe that there is no age for anything that you love doing, and you can start at any time when you feel that yes, you can do. But as you rightly said, don't wait for anybody to give you the permission. We are the woman, and we can do anything that we want to do for ourselves.
And like they say, YOLO.
Yo.
You only live once. So no regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah.
True. Thank you so much, Yoshita, for being on the show. It's an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much,
Looking
Juma, for
forward
having
to
me.
see you more on other topics.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love that.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.